Season 2, Episode 5 of Game of Thrones, titled The Ghost of Harrenhal, marks a turning point in the War of the Five Kings and sets up key events for the rest of the season. The episode begins with the shocking death of Renly Baratheon, who is assassinated by a shadowy figure birthed by Melisandre. His death leaves his forces in chaos, and many of his bannermen, including the powerful House Tyrell, choose to align with Stannis Baratheon. However, Brienne of Tarth, who had sworn loyalty to Renly, is blamed for his death and is forced to flee with Catelyn Stark. They decide to make their way back to Robb Stark's camp, solidifying Brienne's devotion to Catelyn. In the north, Theon Greyjoy struggles with his new role as the commander of a small fleet under his father, Balon Greyjoy. He is desperate to prove himself and hatches a plan to attack a poorly defended target to gain his men's respect. Despite initial doubts from his crew, Theon decides to raid Torrhen's Square, hoping to draw the Stark forces away from Winterfell. Meanwhile, at Winterfell, Bran Stark continues to experience strange dreams involving a three-eyed raven, further hinting at his growing mystical abilities. At Harrenhal, Arya Stark, now serving as Tywin Lannister's cupbearer, has an unexpected encounter with Jaqen H'ghar, the mysterious assassin she saved earlier. Jaqen offers Arya a deadly deal. He will kill 3 people of her choosing in repayment for the lives she saved. Arya, seizing the opportunity, names the Tickler, a Lannister torturer, as her first target. By the end of the episode, she is shocked to see the man dead, reinforcing Jaqen's lethal efficiency and introducing her to the mysterious ways of the Faceless Men. In the east, Daenerys Targaryen arrives in Korth, a wealthy and exotic city beyond the Red Waste. She is warmly welcomed by Xaro Shoan Daxos, a powerful merchant who offers her protection and even a proposal of marriage. However, Jorah Mormont warns Daenerys to be wary of the city's politics, as its leaders have their own hidden agendas. Meanwhile, Pyat Pree, a warlock of Korth, introduces Daenerys to the House of the Undying, a place of magical visions, foreshadowing the trials she will soon face. Back at King's Landing, Tyrion Lannister continues to solidify his position as Hand of the King. He learns from Lancel Lannister that Cersei has stockpiled wildfire, a highly explosive substance, intending to use it in the coming battle against Stannis. Tyrion, recognizing its danger, takes control of the supply, ensuring it will be used strategically rather than recklessly. The episode ends with tensions rising across Westeros, as various factions prepare for war, betrayal, and power struggles that will shape the realm's future. In Game of Thrones Season 2, Episode 6, titled The Prince of Winterfell, the tension between the various factions vying for control of the Iron Throne continues to build. The episode primarily focuses on the aftermath of the Battle of Blackwater and the shifting power dynamics. At King's Landing, Tyrion Lannister, the newly appointed Hand of the King, is still grappling with the consequences of the battle. His position remains precarious as he faces threats from his sister Cersei, who is growing increasingly paranoid about the security of her son, Joffrey. Meanwhile, Tyrion's intelligence and quick thinking are put to the test as he tries to maintain control of the capital. Elsewhere in the north, Robb Stark's army continues to make headway against House Lannister. Robb is establishing himself as a formidable leader, and his military successes further solidify his claim to the north. He also faces a challenge in terms of leadership, as his bannermen begin to question his strategies. The relationship between Robb and his mother, Catelyn Stark, is explored more deeply in this episode, as Catelyn seeks revenge for the capture of her daughters. She makes a bold move by imprisoning Tyrion when he visits Riverrun, highlighting her determination to protect her family at any cost. In Winterfell, Jon Snow and the Night's Watch are faced with the growing threat of the White Walkers. Jon's journey begins to intersect with that of the Wildlings, led by Mance Rayder, who are on the move to the south. Jon's loyalty to the Night's Watch is tested as he grapples with the complexities of his mission and the personal connections he begins to form with the Wildlings. The episode explores Jon's sense of duty versus his emerging feelings, setting the stage for future developments in his character arc. Meanwhile, in the east, Daenerys Targaryen's quest to reclaim the Iron Throne is progressing. Daenerys and her dragons have reached the city of Korth, where they are met with intrigue and suspicion. The ruling council of Korth, known as the 13, offers assistance to Daenerys, but with conditions. Daenerys remains wary of their true intentions, aware that she cannot trust them fully. She continues to assert her own authority and seeks to expand her influence in the face of mounting challenges, including her need to find safe harbor for her growing army and dragons. Throughout the episode, there is a strong thematic focus on power, loyalty, and the lengths people are willing to go to maintain control. The episode sets the stage for future conflicts and lays the groundwork for the eventual wars that will shape the fate of Westeros. As each faction moves closer to their respective goals, the stakes grow higher, making it clear that the struggle for power will only become more brutal in the episodes to come.